Grand Rising, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, all that good stuff. This week has been hectic, more hectic than recent weeks with on the diabetes front. And I don't even want to use the term diabetes on this space, in this space, on this space, in this space, and around this space. I will not use the word just plain diabetes. It's types of diabetes. There's no way I can say diabetes and everyone affected by this form of disease, everybody can't get the same advice because there are different types. So I'm going to refer to this from here on out as type 1. I mean, that's simple. Type 1. Type 1. Oh my goodness. My daughter, I'm learning that hormones and insulin definitely is something to manage. It's really a lot to manage on your own. It's a lot easier when your body is running and working and all your organs are working in unison and everybody's getting along. That's the easy route of living. When you have an organ that you have to maintenance, what it does not do to survive, to live, to thrive, to grow, to breathe, to sleep, to walk, to eat, it's really demanding on your life. It's really demanding on your life. I definitely give I have such respect to parents that came before me and that will come after me that this has been something that they've had to adjust to in their lives because it is not easy. I mean, you wouldn't even think that a child would go through something like this. They haven't been here long enough to ruin their bodies. They haven't had time to abuse foods and stuff like their babies. I remember my first appointments going to take Gina to this new specialist, endocrinology, and I was amazed at how many children and babies were in the office in the lobby waiting to see a doctor. I would have never, ever, ever imagined that it was really that big of an issue. Maybe a couple of people, a few people, I did not know it was so common and widespread. And I have met only two people directly and indirectly, of my same hue, that have been affected by this. I don't know a lot of people, um, children wise, in my family, friends, and circle. I don't know a lot of people that's dealing with this. Older people, I could say yes, but it's more type 2. My adopted mother had type 1. And I'm understanding it is in my family on both sides. Type 1 is. So I've been having really good progress with Gina's blood, to be honest. Let's see, here's a 3-day view. Let's do a 30-day view. Of Yeah, it's lower than what we like. There's always room for improvement. This is definitely right. It's always 40 off. Numbers are never correct. I have a meeting tomorrow with Tandem. They make the insulin pump, and I have so many questions Not too excited about it. So in 30 days, we haven't had really a good day since this day, which makes sense because February the 17th is coming again and it's going to be another good day. It's really like a hormonal schedule. I'm noticing now our body is on like a 30-day hormonal schedule. Teen life. I need to figure out what happened last night. Okay, so this is no, I don't want this. I would like. How about, let me see, I got 10, 11, 12, the logs. 12, 13, 11, 10. These are the logs that I have in front of me, so let's do these. I need to say I am not giving medical advice. I am basically sharing the process I go through to medicate and dose my daughter. This is basically what the doctor does, and of course, the doctor has their way of doing it, and I have my way since I didn't go to college for it, but I've been in charge of this when she's not at an appointment, and she goes to one appointment every 3 months. So, okay, this was bad. I jumped out my skin. Yeah, that was bad. That's bad. Okay, so everything we did yesterday was good. Even changing back to 15. No, we're doing 14. 15, she needs it, but her body won't take it. So we've gotta, okay. What day is this? The 12th. This is this chart. So I want to say right here, what's too strong too? Let's see, what time is this? 1. About 12, 1. What did you take? Yep, you took something at 107. It was really at 107. It says here it was 168. Her blood was actually 216. This is why I'm hesitant to get the pump if the pump is going to read this. I don't see. I don't really see the purpose of the pump. Well, like, what is it going to do? It's not gonna. Like, I don't think that. I don't know. I can't wait to talk to her. So we did this again. Okay, today's the 13th. So what did we do today? Why the hell did we do this? Okay, now I need my calculator. 1 to 60 and 1 to 55 is probably not going to change. Let's see, 216 blood glucose level minus 120, which is her goal, equals 96. Divided by 60 is 1.6, which is 2 units of insulin. So that's what she did on the 12th. Now today she did 55, and I need to ask her. Okay, and this was at what? We'll say 11:30. 226 BGL minus 120 gold is 106 divided by 55 is still 2. So I wonder, could we have done 226 minus the gold 120 which is 106 divided by 50. Still gonna be 2. 226 divided by, no, 226 minus the gold, 120 is 106 divided by, we just did 50, what's 45? 45 is going to still be 2, so 1 to 40 will be 3 units of insulin. Hmm. See, I'm scared to do that right now because I don't have enough data to prove that it's going to be good. Over here we were doing 1 to 55, but that was with 15. Now we're doing less Lantus. So we should be using more basal of the short acting. I swear it said, where is it? I swear it says something about, it said, see, she's going high now. How high are you, babe? It's not 200. See, okay, the lows, yeah, it's 10. So whatever she take next, we definitely need to come back to avoid that low, like last night. Right here. Yeah, yeah. So what did we take? That's the only issue. I think you took something at 8. What was the 12th? This is today. Not doing too bad. Um, at 10, yeah, you went down. So at 7:43, wow, stopped it right on 7:44. At 43, it says here it was 2 something, but your blood was really 195, and you only took 1 unit, and 1 unit shouldn't have did all this. And this is not a peak because you took your Atlantis at 5 in the morning. If it peaks, it's normally at 10. Like this might have been the peak. Or here. Hmm. How did 1 unit do this? This is why I don't want to use the pump too, because it seems like normal actions don't always give normal results when you're adding in her body's reaction that I have no control over. So it's easier to be safe than sorry. I'm not getting that pump. She can get that when she's grown and responsible for herself. She's got hormonal stuff going on. Maybe when she's an adult and done with the changes. You only took 1 unit of insulin. Make sure I'm looking at the right, yeah. Hmm. So I wonder if you hadn't took that 1 unit, and then this was, maybe if you had, let's see, you hadn't even took that here, and then it started dropping dramatically in like 15 minutes. That's strange for 1 unit to go that much. That's a lot for 1 unit insulin. Has to be some type of peak. I'm not getting no fall alerts. This should have been a fall alert. I have to go and check her alerts. Urgent low. It didn't tell me nothing until she was already low. It should have warned me that it was falling, and it didn't. I got that thing up, or we'd have been in the hospital. I wasn't going for that. If I ever have to use the emergency pen, that's in a hospital visit. So I try my best to avoid that, and that is hard. That is hard. It's hard to do. Like you really have to. Okay, you really have to consider adjusting basal. It's definitely not the 24 hour. It's definitely not that. So they're right about that. It's not the bolus. Our bolus is good. Mealtime insulin or bedtime snack. Consider effects of evening activity. This is it right here. Honey, the moon, the sun going down. Everything matters. It's definitely this. And she didn't eat anything, so it wasn't that. It's like evening time. We may need to consider a peak between 7 and 10 if she's going to take her bolus at 5 a.m. Because it's possible it doesn't say that anywhere, but her body says it. So it's like, it's a lot. So that was the low. Let me see the highs. Yeah, that's because she won't get up. I got up mad this morning because she will not get up now all overnight. This is why I have to get up. I have to get up or she won't get up. Yep. And these are nights when I got up. Last night, I didn't get up. And then when I got up at 5, right here, she took her medicine and it did not do anything. And by the time she got up here, it was going down. But it could have been a lot better to me. But this, I'm gonna kick her butt. I'm gonna kick her butt. She can get up overnight. But how can I say that? She's a growing human being sleeping at night. It's the hardest thing for me to understand how anyone with this illness can live by themselves. Like you're gonna be tired because you can't get your rest if you're taking care of yourself outside of your body. Like, oh my gosh, it's hard for me to do it, and it's not even me. But all my work is paying off. This is hormonal. This is hormonal and adjusting, seeing an issue, getting data that there is an issue, adjusting insulin till we fix it, or this will be way higher. I remember before I was dosing, this was super high. This was never this good. Just had one very low, and that was yesterday. No very highs, and she used to always be up here a lot. We're doing that is good. That is real good. But like, what I want to know is what is her. So this is her average. I would love her average to be like 100, but it's so hard with the hormonal changes that her body is doing. Like she literally was taking 28 units of bolus. It became too much. They almost put my daughter in a psychiatric ward, profiling her like she's depressed. No, she's having hormonal issues. She needs to be monitored and she needs to come back dosed until her body want until we find what her body wants. And I did it and I came all the way back to 14. Had I listened to those people and not known my better judgment and not known my child, I would have thought of her as an average. I ain't no telling where she would be today. I don't play about this because this is so serious. Like she's wearing a monitor that is reading her blood. This is like a few minutes ago. This was her blood today. This was this morning. I was so mad. She slept all night. So let me see. She's sitting there now. Need to do something. 3, 4, 5, 6, 40. She can take some medicine. Is that a 4? I don't even know. Let me see. I can tell right here. She said it was 188. That's about right. And she ate cereal. And we have to give extra insulin that's not in the directions for cereal for some reason. Something about cereal and pancakes. And that's pretty good for cereal. And she's like a little bit over the line right now, but she's about to get some insulin in 20 minutes. That's pretty good. Pretty good. And I don't know. It's going on 7 o'clock. Maybe we won't do the insulin. Maybe we'll just try the water because water does help if it's not more than one thing going on at one time in her body. So, because last night, I don't want to go through these lows in the middle of the night. That drives me crazy. What is diabetes? Diabetes is a trick name to me because I can have 5 different diabetes patients and they can all have different types of diabetes. How can you have a legitimate conversation about something calling a name like so broad like that? It's so annoying. I get so much advice that isn't even for my daughter. I thank goodness that I know the difference because if I didn't, there's no telling what happened to this little girl. Ugh, it's been a minute since I jumped on here on the diabetes tip because I'm not even gonna hold you. Type 1 we've been doing really good. We just have monthly patterns, of course, because of the hormonal issues teenage girls go through monthly. And really, that's about it. She done had switched up her diet. She's not eating white rice that much anymore. She's eating more brown rice. She's eating better, period. Her mood is uplifted now. I'm really happy for her because it is really a process dealing with an illness that just won't go away. You just can't ignore it. You can't really get a break. And if it does give you a break, it doesn't last. But I'm humble and appreciative that I have the brains for this. It's an amazing feeling when someone you care about has an issue with their health and you're able to help them to sustain themselves. That's a big deal for me, especially since I'm her parent. It's like if your parents don't care, who really cares? So that is it for me. I am about to have a cool rest of my evening. I'm so excited to get my living room started. I'm working on my living room this week, and I was so excited. My furniture came super early. It wasn't supposed to come until the end of next week, and it came a couple of days ago. I was hollering. I was like, "Oh my goodness!" Good things just keep happening. I got super busy today, but I won't complain. So I got a lot of things done. Gina's scheduled for school this week. All her classes are scheduled. Got a couple of things I want her to redo. Um, we got some therapy appointments. We've got this pump interview, so I can talk to these people and ask 1,000 questions because I have them. And I plan to jump on here every Sunday and just share the process of working through the logs. Maybe next week I'll actually upload a couple of logs so people can actually see what we do. We log everything, we weigh everything she consumes that's edible. We log it, we insulate for it, and we just do this type 1 thing because this is what we have been dealt. Proud of her, proud of myself, proud of our medical team, our doctors, our therapists, our Facebook family, Enduring Juvenile Diabetes 24/7, 365. That is the Facebook page. There are many wonderful juvenile diabetes, type 1, type 2, adult diabetes groups. I run there when I'm just fed up with the average society. Average society has no clue. It's not a dig, it just is what it is. You're really not educated about something until it happens to you. I'm guilty of that myself. So much I've learned, so much I didn't know, so much I was miseducated on. And I'm just proud that I gave room to learn to keep somebody alive. That is the bomb. And that is it for me. Type 1 Mom is signing out. Have a beautiful Sunday.